Alright guys, we're back. And I got Fitzbrother here with me.
Hello.
So here we go. We have game one of Kaister versus Ezad. So this is for winner goes through and loser goes home. And we're starting off on Saxony with Otto versus Malta. An interesting match to say the least. I'm guessing we have a Baus build coming out. And then I don't know what Ezad's going to do versus it. And I have to do
Yeah.
two last things here. But go ahead, Fitzbro.
Well, I watched Kaister play doing that, what you just described, that boss build on Ottomans. I think it was on this same map, actually, in this previous series I just casted. What's it all stuttering for?
It's all stuttering, but it should be good now. And one last thing, there we go. So we should be up and running. You have to, like, at the start of the game, you have to micro so much.
Yeah, I still see the Explorer jumping around, but I think it's better.
There we go.
But yeah, essentially what he did is he took control of all the trade routes in the second age, while I think the other player was playing
Goodness.
China in that matchup and just went for a straight fast castle or fast fortress. And he went for all the trade posts and had all these resources, but then his army just got mopped up because he got caught out of position mid. So we'll see how he plays it differently this time. I'm assuming he's going to go for all the trade posts again. I'm not sure how Ezad plays Malta, if he's going to play more aggressive or he's going to play more H3. So maybe we'll have to see how they do that. But he also was using that lovely card to transform all his food into a higher amount of wood and drop down all his buildings in H2. So I'm assuming that'll be the same thing.
Right. So the build is you go top TP, you get a pass, and then you run down to the bottom. You put another TP down there, so you get both the passes the second time. And then you send in Silk Road. So as the whatever it is, the boat comes by, it gives you XP. You can send Silk Road, and you should be in time to build the bottom TP. He's just gonna build this one here. I mean, this is, if you spawn right here, you can't run all the way to the bottom and get the pass. So you have to go up here. And so it's a little bit slower, but it'll be fine. Like, he can build it here. I don't know if he'll get the pass at the bottom. But he's just kind of confused.
I still want to do a series of which trade posts to take on YouTube, because I always feel like you know every exact one to get in every map in every scenario, and I'm always just like, yeah, that one sounds good.
Yeah, I didn't yesterday, because in my series against Optimus, I spawned up here, and then I ran to this one, and I missed the pass, and then everything was delayed by a minute, and I was like, what the? So, I was quite upset with not knowing that you could spawn up here on this side. So if you spawn right here, you can go to the bottom one, and yeah, you get that thing first. But then there's also a spawn of this map where it's completely vertical. So I just hadn't played it enough times to understand exactly where to go. And after seeing all the different spawns, I realized like the best way to do it. Kai was actually probably right in taking this one second in this scenario. So you grab this one, then you grab this one second.
Yeah, it looks like you did good all on the bottom right. When they pick their deck, I want to see what if Malta is going more aggro, or I guess it's kind of hard to tell from this, but yeah, that looks pretty normal from what I've seen in Malta decks. I don't see anything crazy there.
The only thing that I don't understand is maybe this card. I don't know what it does. Usually, yeah, I mean it's the church card, but I don't know what they get.
I always wanted the same thing. I can't remember. I've definitely reviewed it, but I always forget.
Yeah, like the HP card, the crossbow HP card's always nice as well. Like just having things to buff your crossbows even more.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you've seen Ezad play more plays. Is he going to do the like super crossbow hike heavy in the second age, or will he go for like a fast fortress? Like what do you think he might do here? I mean, he could probably burn these trade posts if he does do something like that.
I mean, I think he definitely goes for German tongue. In this matchup, like when people are doing this, if I were to come up with an idea to beat it, I would be like double field hospital in the middle, and then just burning down and saying you can't get all 4 TPs, because that's how you lose. Is if Ottoman gets all 4 TPs, they get a big eco from those TPs. That's their happy place, and you just want to deny that.
Kaister was in that exact place in this.
I mean, if
last
you delete
time,
your army while you're aging, then
yeah, that's what happened.
that happens too. So it looks like he's going for German tongue. So he does the macro. He needs 450 wood to get German tongue. Gonna send that in, and then kind of play like a defensive greedy style. I know Ezad loves his little one Huss raids, so I would expect him to have just a little bit of units on coin so that he can make a couple of Huss from his commandery when it comes up. His cap boast.
Has anybody done any like crazy teleporting strats in a tournament that's worked out?
Not yet. I would like if somebody build like a commandery right here and then just put petards in it, and petards running in the back and blowing up a factory or something like that. But games haven't really gone. Games typically don't go that late with Malta. Malta usually loses at 5 minutes. So.
Yeah. Let's see, Kaiser's got his 3rd trade post. Did he go for the, yeah,
Yep.
He did send the shipment to cover all his food, so that's why he's got all these buildings coming down. So this is almost exactly what I saw the last time.
Yep, so he's
played.
gonna build this TP, grab this other TP, and then 700 coins gonna hit the floor. You start building the, building both Jans and Avis at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, upgrading the stagecoach, and I would imagine Ezad expects this is probably happening, or something like this if he's done any scouting or whatever. There's that commandery, and what composition? I guess he's gonna make hussars and crossbows.
I'm not sure. I mean,
Pikes?
he's gonna start making settler
Yeah,
wagons until he has
yeah.
6 of those. I could see him going 5 pikes, sieging this one. When Kaiser
Yeah.
runs over here, have another 5 pikes in queue, go siege this one, and then when his army shows up, run away here, and then just kind of drag him across the map. This is one way to deal with Ottomans' TP play. Their army is kind of immobile and they don't like moving them around.
Yep, I see that wood shipment coming in right now for Ezad, so likely going to be.
And this
He's gonna
spawn
drop-
sucks because Kaiser can't get this TP.
Oh, because is it too close to his town center?
Yeah, it's too close to Ezad's town center, so.
Oh, wow.
And this happens every once in a while. You get this spawn where you can't build on this TP.
Hate to see it. There we go. Looks
And
like
Ezad's
gonna get
like,
that TP.
shoot, I'll take a TP. So, Pike's
Oh,
down there
Jan's
burning.
there.
Jans will deny this. And exactly as I said, the Pike's down there. Other batch go to the top one. Once he sees units, he kind of just runs away. So, well played from Ezad. Well thought out.
Comes the Jans. Yeah, this is exactly what we did in the last game, so nothing crazy new here. We got Avis and Jans here. He's gonna go try to. Will they get there in time? Is he gonna get that TP? I think he might get it. Maybe. No, he's gonna.
I think he'll
barely
get
save
it. I think he'll
We'll
get
see.
it.
Let's get our bets
Well,
going here.
it depends on if he starts running, he might. But Jan's in melee. It'll be close. The
He
split fire.
saves it. He's gonna save it. Oh my gosh, 4 HP. Okay, that moment was more hype than like I think the entire previous series.
4 HP. Unlucky. And then he's actually
Oh my
he's
God.
gonna get this one too.
Nice.
So this is
looking great.
this is looking really good for Kaister. Jan's in melee, where they belong. That's the only micro you actually have to do is it auto.
Yeah. So what's the reason for going? I've seen a lot of Jan melee action lately. Is anything changed about this, or is that just how people like to play them?
No, actually, that's just the best thing for these things to be in. Like they have a ton of HP and they get melee resist. So if you just throw them in melee, whatever they're fighting, like crossbows, they do 7 damage in melee and they don't have melee resist.
Yeah, but what if they were meleeing against a unit like, I don't know, say
Musketeers?
a Cazador.
I mean, if they're melee in a Cassador, like, you might as well just resign as ports at that point, because everybody knows that pikemen beat castors in melee.
Yeah. I like the little X marks the spot there in the TP. Have those always been there?
No, these are new for the
I feel
the
like that was like an
TP.
asset they forgot to take out. Or they like it, I don't know. It was weird.
Huh? Yeah, it's just the way that they denote. You can see like there's an X on the TP, like in the minimap, and then there's the little like house for the TP placement there for the nats. So it's what is on the minimap is also the little symbol underneath the placement. So at this point, the only sad thing is that Kaister can't get this 4 TP. But now there's going to be a lot of crossbows and then commanderies. I'm guessing Kai's just going to send, yep, he's aging. So 600, 5 vil, 600 coin, and then just start aging.
Yeah. This time maybe not lose his whole army.
Yeah, I mean that's a big army. Jogef would be proud.
Has only Voss been playing this tournament at all?
He signed up for a couple of qualifiers, but I don't know if he played in any of them. Again, almost all of them started at like 7 a.m. his time.
Hmm.
So there's only one that he like ideally like that one started at I think 10 a.m. his time. But none of them have really been very NA time friendly. And the one that was, there were some European players who were quite upset that they were being unfairly treated.
I played in one and then I made Guys Recline retire, so.
Well, after he beat you, he had like knocked off all of the big names, right?
Yeah, that was the
what else
last
could
thing
he
on his
have?
bucket list.
Yeah, what else could he
Eliminate
achieve
me,
there?
and then that was it. Hung up the hat. Okay, so it looks like Ezad is kind of pushing out here as Kaister has hit H3. He's got his Hussars. Looks like Pike's going to go burn down the trade post.
Yep, Pike's going for a trade post. Vet Jan coming in. Kai doesn't quite have a shipment just yet. After those Jans, maybe. He's close. But again, he only has 7 Abus, and that is quite the significant amount of crossbows.
That's a lot of crossbows.
So we got 28 crossbows
Do you have
versus
upgrades
7
coming in
Abus.
for those Abus and Jan series?
The Jans are getting upgraded, but he has...
Okay.
He's going to create a couple more Abus. One of the things that you should do when... Like if you have 2 sets of... Usually it's only Ottoman that have this problem. But if you have 2 sets of units that you want to upgrade, you only want to upgrade one at a time. So you could still be producing out of the other one. So it's whichever one has more, and then you upgrade the other one after you've... So you can start building out of the other.
Nice. Okay, so Hussar's looking to maybe get a raid. I guess the north corner, there's some... Are those villagers up there on the north side of base?
There's a few right here,
He's not gonna
a couple there, but the rest are right here, and he's losing a couple Jans just to hold down the fort.
2 Falconets coming out, and looks like he's gonna move forward. I think those Hussars will wrap around back. I wonder if they'll grab any villagers on the gold mine. Maybe he's not watching, but I don't know. Here he goes.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kaister's on
yoink.
top of it. So no bills go down. This Huss is hanging out right here. This is exactly how Ezad plays. He likes to do a little runaround. Jans go forward and melee.
In melee, yeah. But look at that, the bait and switch.
So we do have the bishop.
Ooh.
Chop. Meanwhile, knock knock on the front door.
Falconet's there. This is looking very good for Kaister. Just needs to keep these Falcons in position. Ezad has just now started aging, but it's gonna be a while.
Right. Like, just a little bit of split fire. I think Falcons just need to take down the town center.
Yeah, he could maybe even stop the age. I think if he just focuses. Oh no, he might get it. Hussars being annoying on the back line, but doesn't look like they get anything.
That seems all fine. does Ezad? Ezad has to send this card as
Yeah.
soon as he can. Like, Jan's, I think it's more important to take out the TC. I don't know if he knows if Ezad is aging. Like, yeah, the villagers are nice, but like if he could take this TC down, I mean the TC still is like full health.
Yeah.
Oh, drag box, drag box, drag box.
Go.
Oh no.
Oh. He tried, but loses both falconets. Yikes.
Oh no. Well, now Ezad can definitely age. Like at this point, TC just focuses down the Abush. Yep. And then Ezad's also equalized on the TPs. So Ezad's held. He did lose a couple of vills, but he is still ahead because he does have the 6 settler wagons. So that is helpful.
Yeah.
And then he also has wing court construction. Wignacourt.
That sends fast. What's he doing there? Oh, is he teleporting? What is that thing? Yeah, he got in and got out.
Yeah, he accidentally garrisoned his.
It's like, where's he going?
I was looking around to see if there was another one somewhere that he could teleport to, but there's not.
I feel like Ezad's gonna be in a good situation. He's got 2 town centers. He's got the settler wagons. Like I guess he needs to get his food under control. But he's putting a town center over on the left side, so that'll be lots of food and gold over there.
Right.
And of course, these Hussars shadow tech, right?
Yep. So there's shadow tech to SARS, and then also he's getting this crossbows. So steel bolts, what it does is it makes his units better versus heavy infantry. Also gives them extra range, and then they're also going to be vet. So everything he needs versus Jans.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ezad always wants to be active with his cav.
Is Kaister going for a second town center or anything like that?
Second TC right there.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. SAR's coming in. Looks like they're going to try to pick off some villagers, but they fall back.
Jans go forward. So he will have a second TC. He can also get a second TP. He went 1000 wood. Gonna start training some cav archers. I personally, against somebody like Ezad, I think this is great. Like I said, Ezad loves these annoying cav raids. He'll do this all day long. He'll just take a cav, throw it in the side of the map, be like, yeah, this is your one-way ticket to hell. I hope you come back, but kill a villager on your way.
He's going in the gold line right now.
So, just one annoying hussar. And meanwhile...
So he's at 2 town centers, so he's going for a total of 3 town centers now.
Yep, so we got a 3 TC boom. So far, let's see if we can grab a Vill. He doesn't have faster train time yet. And just having 1 or 2. Like, if you just...
difference in villagers right now.
Yeah. I mean, it is 2 TPs. Ezad has reclaimed one of the TCs. And then these villagers also work 30% faster. So it's like another 10 or 11. So it's like 53, 57 to maybe 35.
Asar's microing back away from the Janissaries, but he stopped that. That was the 3rd TC there, right? Yeah, he stopped that for now. Wait, did he get the wood from that?
He gets only however much wasn't completed.
Yeah.
So building a wall up there, trying to stop the raids from happening. And Ezad's just going for Huss crossbow, if I'm a guessing man.
Ready?
Yep, a couple of Order Dragoons in there. Couple of walls. TP.
Okay, both players chilling on their side of the map for right now. The Hussar's not on the other side for the first time.
Yep.
Is that a 3rd town? Now, okay, yeah, Ezad's got 3rd town center, so he's going to stay ahead in villager count, it seems like.
Yep, and he has the Abbasids whatever it's called, plenty of food or fresh foodstuffs. So
They got cheaper villagers?
his vills cost half as much when he sends this card.
Whoa, which card is that?
House Vitriosa.
Wow.
So you can build TCs for cheaper, and then you also bills cost half price. So it's fresh foodstuffs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I gotta play this Civ now.
It's the worst Civ in the game.
Straight to H3. Oh, that sounds like shorter for me.
Sounds like a Bastards a few patches ago.
Okay, so now he's doing siege damage to those with those crossbows, right?
That's right. They do 19 siege damage and they have 18 rage, so it is quite good. Drops a depot here. I don't know if we'll see any depot shenanigans, but it's there.
Depot. Oh boy, what could you do with that?
I mean, unlucky that there's no fireworks on this map, but I've yet to see somebody utilize the depot fireworks combo. And
Well,
then,
that would stun and explode.
yeah, so they go to siege it, you start exploding it, and when they start running away, you fireworks them so they can't run away, and then it explodes on their units.
Yeah, I want to see that.
One day, I hope we get such impeccable gameplay. Some peak AoE 3 action.
So how are these crossbows going to match up against like these Avis guns? What's their best answer to this?
So, I mean, crossbows are cheap. They don't trade particularly well, but they trade well enough. Like, this is 80 res, this is 150 res. And eventually, I think crossbows will be just fine. Because, I mean, Otto's still on pretty low eco. Like, as you can see, he's kind of pulling ahead in eco. Their armies are... Kaister has the bigger army, the stronger army, but the longer that crossbows get to trade, the better it is for Ezad.
Oh, is that thing lighting up?
It's lighting up, but it's not exploding yet.
How long does it take to explode?
It has to get below like 200 HP for it to manually explode, I think.
It just starts to get.
Yeah, there's a few fireworks going off, but nothing too crazy. So he's gonna put some Jans up there, siege that thing down. It'll give like a warning sign when it's about to explode.
So is Malta like historically known for exploding depots or something? Like where had this make it in the game? Uh-oh.
The gunpowder, I mean, those are about to blow up, but I think these units will be fine. Jan's pretty tanky. Jans don't care. I don't know. I know from the campaign that they had exploding depots. Other than that, it's about as far as my knowledge of Malta goes.
Got just a few pikes down there to siege that trade post in the southeast corner.
So, just splitting
That's
up
a lot
fire.
of hussars.
Yeah, you got good amount of hussars, a handful of goons to deal with any spurs or Mamelukes. Kind of getting his TP back, but still missing the middle one and doesn't have the top one anymore. Meanwhile, just picking off some units. The bill count's kind of closing, I think. I think Kai's catching up in vills.
He's only at 25 ills down.
20, yeah, about 25. He's got mams. I think what he needs is actually just go falconets. It's the only really way to deal with this amount of siege units. Abu's so little far away. He's got to grab and drag box. Flip it.
There we go. Dancer is coming to the front line.
Nah, not quite. They're fine though.
A lot of shooting going on here. Can't
Yeah.
tell exactly Who's
Jan
losing more units here?
Jan's doing their things in melee now. They're about to go forward where they belong. And then you got Mams doing their thing. But there are walls here, so he'll just run to the other side of the gates and he should be just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, that's a really good trade for Kaister. He didn't really lose anything, and
Yeah, those Abyss guns is doing pretty good.
just sort of whittling down. The thing is, though, the more that the crossbows whittle down, like, you can't replace these Abos really nearly as fast as you can replace all these crossbows. So, I think Ezad's more happy to just lose crossbows. Even if it is just for, like, HP on Mamelukes.
I talked to Ezad about these walls. He forgot to build pillars.
Well, yeah. Just bug abusing, man. Meanwhile, Ezad doing his thing, going for a raid. Kaiser, nice picking off this TP and can raid with these Jans if he sees fit. He could also catch these units running past. He does. The Mams are gonna go deal with raiding Huss. More Jans in melee.
Is anyone gonna go H4? This is oh, melee. There you go.
More Jans should be in melee.
I'm in a weird position there, but Asar's engaging the Jans willingly.
I mean, he is picking off a ton of these units. Abus doing their thing. Jan's deciding to stop chopping up villagers to come back. Ooh. And there's the raids.
Oh.
I mean, it's kind of in a stalemate, but
I always just want to see them take a big fight, but it's always just like back and forth forever.
yeah, I mean, they're just poking each other out. Kaister's stuck on 45 bills. He doesn't have the next upgrade yet.
Oh.
So his 3 TCs have kind of come to a halt.
Now it's still they have to pick Malta and Italy once in a series, right?
Yes. So Ezad's just getting it out of the way. And Kai will still have to pick either Italy or Malta.
Okay, Jan's maybe gonna pick off one settler, but maybe not.
Oh.
What was that that just came in? Is that a
Those
fort?
Lancers. Oh, this? No, it's a commandery. So,
Okay.
cap post. Jan's doing their thing, being in melee.
Lancers would be good.
Gonna pick off all of these.
Uh-oh.
And
Kill all the Janissaries.
yeah, but there's still 14 of them, and they're exactly where they want to be.
Yeah. That Cav got shredded.
And so no more cav.
Hands on the
Plenty of
line.
snaring. All of the anti-cav is down. So Mamelukes and Jans, these are essentially cav at this point. They don't tank nearly as well versus crossbows, but and then that'll be the end of all the cav.
I wonder if he'll run north. Yeah, it looks like maybe the Mams are gonna go north to raid a little bit.
Jans are already there. But yeah, Kai is running a little bit low on. He is getting the Bill upgrade now, getting Grand Bazaar, picking off more units, and just kind of running away with his Abush.
Taking fire from that Cav post.
Yeah, I mean, so far it's been.
Problem's gonna be that villager count. Like, it doesn't even matter if guys just winning these fights. He's has such a huge economy right now.
Right. I wonder. I think you can check after this kind of fight settles. We'll see. We'll see ecos.
Oh, can you look?
No. I mean, maybe you can, but I don't know where it is.
You have to switch perspective. You'll see the more info. I just learned this.
I mean, we have the more info, but
Oh yeah.
oh, timeline. I don't know. I don't know. There's some fancy thing where you can see like the graphs across the screen, but I must not have the right
The cav post
right
being
setup.
built is we got a keep drop on the gold over here.
It's not being built anymore though.
Uh,
Now it is.
Yeah, it
Okay,
is.
they're finishing up. So we have some DOPs. Little DOP raid. They move faster when they're in the radius of buildings.
Pew, pew. Kaiser does not want to be losing villagers. He's already down on villagers.
Yeah, so he's down 40 or about 40 bills. But all of his units are coming over this way.
Ooh. Okay, so this is gonna probably. Oh, can they jump back inside the?
They could jump back in there.
Well, he doesn't need to. His army's here, I guess.
Yeah, all of his crossbows are here, so it's
Can't believe we're still in age 3.
yeah, it's contention over this spot, and neither of them, all of them are spending all their resources.
Inside, did they go?
That will make him age up to age 4 faster, so he could sell off his wood. Yep, selling off his wood. Gonna age up now. He sent this card right here. So it makes his next age up faster. So instead of it taking the full 90 seconds, he's gonna age up in 45.
Nice.
Picking off some of the bills, burning down the cap post.
Wait, did they?
They popped
stay
out
in
somewhere
there?
else.
Okay, I'll say if you destroy it and they haven't teleported yet, do they pop out or do they just
No.
go to the other one?
So they can only pop out of this building if you use that like pop out button. I think
Gotcha.
if they're in there and all of them get destroyed, you can get them back by building a new one.
What?
Yeah, they're in a different dimension.
They live in a yes, yes.
They are neither alive nor dead until you press that button, then they pop out somewhere else.
Could you like conceal an entire army, like hidden the whole game, and then bring them back?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how it works. I believe that's how it works, because I think that's how a Nidus Swarm works. But I don't know. I've not yet tested it. So Ezad has aged up, but Kai has double his eco. There's a fort going up, commander's going down. Villager and explorer are fighting. Abusar.
I mean, he's at an age 4. He's got his fort. Yeah, he's losing a few things here, but I feel like he's gonna stabilize. Do you think Ezad has the considerable lead right now?
I mean, he has the considerable eco lead, and he is getting ass blasters. I mean, arbalesters. So, I mean, he is reaching the point where Malta just doesn't really get stopped. He just needs to have like 18 field hospitals to build stuff from. But like, it's always tough to fight against these Abus.
Abus army, yeah.
Like,
I mean, would some artillery help with this? I would assume.
yeah, I mean, it's just you need something to defend the artillery. It's like, sure, you could have 5 like horse art, but then after you've killed maybe 5 Abus with the horse art, they just kind of walk forward and kill all your horse artillery. So they're the hospitalers.
Villagers caught up in the middle of the action. It's like he's got like 20 villagers or so up there to the northwest side, and yeah, he's losing a lot of those bills right now.
But they're cheap. These are Abbasid bills.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Like Kaister losing bills, they're free. These are half off. And now it takes 6. No, not quite. Okay, so it's still 4. 4 Abyss shots to. Uh-oh. We got some H4 Lancers.
Ooh.
They're gonna be
Pretty low HP.
quickly dealt with though. I mean, just overall, just chaos everywhere, and Ezad's trying to stabilize. Like, he just doesn't have the food production.
Yeah.
He does have a bunch of wood, but no food. He's sending in 24 crossbows. That'll help.
His Botto army is very strong.
Yep, it is just. Oh, the fort.
Yeah, he's gonna need something to kill that fort, or he can just keep walking around because that.
The fort's kind of deterring him a little bit. Might be able to get this TC down. Still trading off. And I think the longer this goes on, I think the better for Ezad. Because again, his eco's ahead. These are essentially free units. And he's actually trading off relatively well now. Now that these are H4, they have 111 HP. We're gonna have crossbows. Crossbows popping out here. Do rather well versus Jans.
That's all he's making is crossbows.
Right at this point, they're the best unit. They have 30 attack. They're like H3 Yumi.
Never bring a arrow to a gunfight.
Unless you're Yumi or Malta.
Wow, he's been literally just spamming crossbows for like 15 minutes.
And now, the military graphs have shifted. But they're still Jans meleeing.
Doesn't look like Matt cares. He just has so many villagers.
Yeah, I mean, half off vills is pretty good.
Just make more.
And now you can go Lancer. Lancer crossbow.
Now?
Yes. So,
oh boy.
When you send one of these different tongues from the commandery, you can then build whatever unit that is that you received. So
Gotcha.
Germany, you get
USA.
settler wagons. Yep, it's like USA. Spain, you get lancers, and it also comes with a commandery. I think there's a French one where you can train cuties, which are the big horsies. You get a Brit one where you can train longbows. There's a Russian one where you can train operniks. So a lot of different things that you can go do. And
villager numbers, about a 19 villager difference right now between Ottoman and Malta. But of course, he's at an H4. Is Kaister going to go up to H4 at any point here? Or he is right now. Okay.
He's going up right now. He's going up with the Tycoon, so that's 1,000 coin. Finishing off his boom. Has a few more bills to get to 99. He does have 3 TPs to 1, so he is ahead in that account. Other than that, it's kind of Ezad has gotten to where he wants to be. And Kaister's kind of where he doesn't want to be. Like, usually if a game lasts longer than 4 minutes as auto, you're kind of feeling bad. Unless you're a Rukatan. That man knows how to play Ottoman late game.
This whole map is just like split right down the middle.
Yeah. So we'll see how things progress from here, but I think Ezad's happy that he's stabilized. He's getting a factory in.
One of those big cannon boys.
Right, there's no fixed guns in this Malta game.
Did people stop making those, or what's the deal?
I mean, they're decent. What's going on there? Like, all these units are on top of each other.
Wait, isn't there a tech? What are the nat techs? Is there any that help him with aging up?
There is.
What he got?
No, nobody got it.
Okay.
Politicians. Marriage politics.
Pretty good tech. Does people not grab that?
They usually don't
300 food.
recognize it. I think Ezad got it with the intention of using it, but he never did. He does have this, which makes his units better, so it makes them have higher resists. But and now he's gonna go into these pikemen, or like Hauptsch, and then make some northern musketeers as well. So when you're at 200 pop, it's good to go Nats, because then you can get more units that don't cost pop.
And of course, the crossbows are siege units, you know. So
You don't need siege units.
oh, those Avis are gonna get cleaned.
Yeah, I think Kaister just got to H4, so he's still struggling to do a transition, get all of his upgrades.
Need some mangonels.
I do think the only way to beat these guys is horse artillery. And
Yeah.
then he also has 10% versus Abus. So
Those order hussars are beefy.
it's nice to keep them alive as you're aging up, because they get to shadow tech.
Especially to H5, I would imagine.
They do. So it's actually really good if you're gonna go to Imperial Age. If you make like 20 hussars, you don't have to upgrade them, and you get Imperial units as soon as you get there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, his crossbows engaging this. Does he have any of his H4 upgrades right now?
Kaister does not yet. He's just trying to survive.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't quite stabilized yet.
Meanwhile, Ezad's economy is barreling ahead, and I'm sure he can just easily repop all of this.
Yeah, Optimus Prime in there, being a beast. So he just used that card, which gives him 20% on his already 20%. So it's actually only 16%, and then 20% of all the other resist as well. So these will be extra tanky versus Abus, because Abus do siege damage, and now they have siege resist.
Yeah, it looks like he's just cleaned this up. I would imagine he'll probably take this game unless something crazy happens.
Yeah.
There we go.
Kaister calls it. So
I see that Haza has a prediction up for Revnak. What?
I guess you could probably finish that prediction. I don't know who started that one. But yeah, up until so this is when the wood comes in, but then at that point, once that army got cleaned up, so like about here, they were fighting, and then this is where Ezad kind of gains the lead. Like, I don't know, maybe Kaister, if he would just build like a couple of cannons or falconets here, he can actually push in and do some real lasting damage. But with just Abus Jan, it's hard to actually kill. Or maybe switch into Cav. It's just tough.
So how are the maps? Do they pick any maps, or is it predetermined what map they'll be on next?
So no, the maps go in order. So there's a best of 7 pool, and then people ban 1 map each. So then it goes down to a best of 5 pool, and then it just plays from left to right. So
That's pretty cool.
they have their pool. I don't know exactly what it is for the 3rd series, but they had a pool that they had, and then you ban, each person bans 1, and then they just play going from left to right.
They ban any civs?
They do ban. So they each ban 1 civ, and that's for the whole series. So if I were to ban Lakota, that means that I can't play Lakota, and Kai couldn't play Lakota either. And that works for both sides. With an exception, you can't ban Malta or Italy. So, guys, we're going to go to a quick break because I need to restart my game. This is a long one, but we will be right back after this. Alright, guys,
Okay.
we're back.
Okay.
And here we go.
Turn the more info on. Boom.
Perfect.
Okay, this is game number 2 of Ezad versus Kaister. Kaister playing as the British up here on the north side of the map. We've got, I'm sorry, that was Ezad playing as the British. We've got Kaister playing as the Spanish. And what's the name of this map?
Wachalia. Or Wallachia? Wallachia?
Wallachia.
Something like that.
And we've got the House of Fanar as one of the options for the natives, as well as the House of Wetten. And Kaister chopping some wood. He's going to put down a trade post, I assume, is what he's doing with that?
Yep, I think he'll go TP, and then after the TP, he should go into just getting a house. So he might actually, yeah, you can pick up that wood treasure after he's done with it.
That is what you are.
And then Ezad, I'm guessing Ezad's probably gonna do a
Who is that?
It's Lady Ezad. So, I mean, I haven't seen what Ezad looks like with the Snapchat filter that makes him look like a lady, but it looks like that.
I was watching, what's Kaister's Aztec warchief's name?
Space Cowboy?
No. He's got a name of it. Maybe we'll see it this series. It's pretty funny.
I mean,
can you turn up my volume just a little bit? I saw chat asking about that.
Sure.
Boost me, baby. Okay, British building their manor houses so that they can get their free villagers, of course. We've got our trade route online for Kaister. He did also pick up that wood treasure there nearby and is building a house there in base. So
let's see.
That's the stage so far. It looks like in the deck we've got some caravels. I don't know some of these cards because some of this stuff is new. Like I haven't seen this one before. Age up. Cheaper and faster. Well, the more shipments you receive. Interesting. Always something fun.
Right. So the idea behind that one is you send a lot of cards in age 2 and then you can age up to age 3 pretty cheaply. So that's always yeah, I know you guys can see my screen. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You gotta close those Chrome tabs I told you about.
I wish. Yeah, if we could close those Chrome tabs, I would be
I'm just following Lady Ezad around. She's out here.
She's out here
scouting for some treasures.
Right. I'm interested to how this works out. I'm guessing Ezad has some kind of water idea.
Let's see what's in this deck.
No.
2 caravels. We got 1 frigate. Virginia Company in there. As far as Kaiser's deck, he does have 2 caravels, 1 frigate as well. Wait, what? Hold on. I hate when you do that. You switch and it just does it. I thought you would expect it to change. But he's got his Spanish gold, 2 caravels. Yeah, pretty normal looking Spanish deck.
Yeah, nothing too So I guess as Brit, the best way to play this matchup is just to build musketeers, because there has been a build coming out for Spain where you go capitalism, 5-vil, 4-vil, so you have like the same amount of vils as Brit does. It's just you get to kind of age a little bit cheaper, so you don't want to stay age 2 very long as Spain, but you are able to build quite as many musketeers as they can early. The only problem is that you don't have upgrades for your musketeers, whereas Brit does. So Spain kind of wants to send that card to age up to age 3 after they've stayed in age 2 for just a little bit.
What is this treasure? This is 40 XP there. The gunman garnet. Where does dog go?
His dog went to go explore the coastline.
There he is. He's hanging out in the water, of course. Gordo likes a stroll down by the river.
Yeah, he's just going along the shoreline just to make sure. See what Ezad's up to.
These royal houses look so cool.
I mean, it is interesting that they have all of those. I'm guessing that's based on some kind of house from the
Someone's
region.
royal house.
Right.
Yeah, maybe.
Because, I mean, it's
People
very...
stand outside reading all day.
Right. I mean, this guy's got like 10 books, and he just follows the guy around and reads to him.
Okay, we've got a little bit of a skirmish going on between Domingo Cartagena and Lady Ezad. Kiting on back. Gonna escape for now. See, a lot of food around here. We got hunt back there, hunt there, hunt there.
There's
This
also a
guy's...
good amount of berries on this map. I just noticed, so... Spice trade.
Where are those berries at? Oh, right there.
So there's
Yes,
2 berries there, there's
Okay.
some in the back. Spice trade could be an option.
Berries blend in almost here. There they are.
Yeah, I think the game's just too hard to recognize when with all of these cool, pretty features on it. I always play in terribly low graphics, so I can always know exactly what I'm looking at.
There we go. We got the cows. 2 cows there back at home for the Spanish. Also going to be shipping some villagers. Meanwhile, for EZ, let's see what he's up to. He's shipping 700 wood. So going to be building some manors, doing a manor boom, getting those free villagers, and working on bringing those hunts back in. Might even work on this one next. Is that... Which one does the ibex belong to? What, is that just a lone ibex?
No, his starting hunt was ibex.
Oh,
He's already eaten all of them. So that ibex just left because you can see one last ibex being like right underneath the TC.
So what do you think we're gonna see here? Is this gonna be fast fortress? Is it gonna be H2 pressure? Although I do see double barracks right now out of Kaister, so
Yeah, there should be like 10 musketeers coming out on repeat from Kaister until he has enough resources to age. Then he ages and then pushes with Vet Musk and Falx. As of right now, the Kaister actually has an eco lead. He has more vills than Ezad does.
4 musketeer group there. I guess missed that 5th one. Let's take a look at that line of sight they have for now. It's got those houses, so see a bit there. What is sieging? Did he do
Yeah.
this on purpose, I'm assuming, to get this treasure? Maybe 120 XP, so
Yeah, I think
not
he
too
crack
shabby.
shotted one of them, and I mean, I guess why not? Like, the tower isn't really going to go down, so use it to take some treasures. And we have steel traps coming in for Ezad. Again, okay, there's 5 Vil coming in, so that'll put Ezad up above, but they're pretty much tied in Vil count right now.
Lady Azad gonna be picking up that treasure. Nice amount of XP there.
So,
Yeah, we see the 5 vills shipped up for 700 wood. Musketeers for Kaister. Double barracks producing musketeers.
yep, has a house, got some Vils. Does he have a market somewhere?
Not that I... Oh, right down in the corner.
There we go.
Okay.
So if we click on one of his Vils, does he have, he probably just has hunting dogs, I believe.
Hunting dogs, yeah.
Oh, little skirmish, little kartoffel here in the middle. Lady Ezad,
Lady Azad taking big hits there.
okay, so she's made it. So now, after this point, I feel like Kaiser should be getting the lead in Musketeers because he has 2 barracks and Ezad only has 1. So we now see him taking a little bit of a Vil lead. It is up to 17 versus 14. So 700 wood just came in. We're going to see some more houses being dropped down from both players. But, I mean, overall, things are pretty even. Oh, Muskus.
Muskus versus Musk. I wonder
That's
if he
usually,
just scouted this.
yeah, that's usually favorable for Musk. No, Ezad's
He's in the
honorable.
blind.
Yeah, he's honorable. He doesn't go past the river.
Yeah, he is chilling over there, booming, making houses. I think techs here that could help. What do they got? Range infantry, slightly more damage. It wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah.
Monasteries. Or hit points for buildings and ships. Docks are faster and construct an additional battleship. And then, of course, the big button. But here we go. Bit of a skirmish coming on in. Red and blue musketeers. I don't know if it's just like the individual asset designs, but I like how the red blue looks in this compared to before a little bit better. Here's just the shades, shadows. I don't know. Just different graphic design, I guess.
So Kaister pushing in here. It's pretty scary. He should not want to
Yeah,
take this fight. I think he has like 10 musketeers at home. So.
Yeah, I don't. It
Those.
seems to extend. I guess the Hussars could get some snare, maybe go for some raid, but
Yeah, I think
he's
they're going
at
for a raid, but again, Kaiser just wants to pull back and he gets to age after this. So if we look back at his perspective, he should be sending in 700 coin. Oh no. He just got one batch.
oh, he just got. Oh man, yikes! That's gonna hurt.
So that could have been 10. Like, or it
Yeah.
could have been 8 more musketeers and I mean, there's nothing wrong with killing those units. They're pretty weak units and they give 20 XP. And he picks off the Explorer. And
SARS trying to raid. I'm not sure if they've actually got anything though.
well, they got some idle time.
Yeah.
So
Another small batch of musketeers. I think he's trying to age, I guess.
yeah, he's trying to age, but you can complete those. Like if all of his units are on food, he should be able to complete those batches while still aging.
From the SARS, not be able to get much. Probably gonna lose a SAR here. Oh, maybe not.
Alright, so he's aging now. A lot of bills on food.
Admiral of the Ocean Sea.
Yeah, he's really
What's that card do again? Arrives fast. He's up cheaper and faster.
right.
Okay.
So his age up is gonna be it's gonna take like 70 seconds and it's about 20% cheaper.
Like if we zoom all the way out, you can see the entire battlefield here.
Yeah, you can see everything. He just has to
Beautiful.
keep his vills alive. He's gonna get a big batch coming out. And then he just needs to macro so that he can get veterancy as soon as he ages up. In this situation, like, yeah, I guess Kaister's, I mean, his explorer's been over there the whole game. He's seen that there's no water going on. I feel like 8 crossbows here is just, would do so much better. But I guess it is kind of, the 400 wood isn't bad. He can deny the water always at that point.
Okay, we got Ezad kind of chilling in the middle right now. Of course, Kaiser's in the next age, and he is getting his veteran musketeers. Let's see what shipments he might send in. Could be maybe some Falcons, perhaps, or
yep,
what do you think? Lancers?
I think 2 Falcons is what he needs. Just first card 2 Falcons. Also, another thing that would be really good against Ezad's playstyle is just making like 5 rods. Like all of those cav would essentially be useless if you just had 5 rods. And then what also you can do with them is that you can go raid yourself. Over there. Right. And you can't send cav to go deal with it. So.
These villagers fighting the musketeer right now. Like yeah, one musketeer might do help back there. You go lose a villager.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna lose a vill.
Yikes.
Rod's coming back now, so that'll deal with it. and then with the Husk coming in as well. And I'm guessing Ezad's just aging after this, aging up himself. Because Kai's a little bit housed right now. Drop some houses.
Musketeers and Falconet. 50 Musketeers just kind of chilling. What was that? Here booms.
The boat. Boat's taking out a house on the coast, which is actually pretty nice. You get XP for that. Spain's kind of liking one of the civs that utilizes XP the most.
Oh boy. This look menacing for later. I think Kaiser's just not doing any activity on the map right now. He's just got his whole army grouped up. And, you know, 5 Musketeer raid there would be big.
Well, I mean, he's about to push, and this push should be good. Like, he should go straight for that outpost, and then after the outpost, take out the barracks, the stable. Because he knows Ezad hasn't aged up. He's going 10 skirms behind this. So he just aged up, so he's got 40 seconds to do a lot of damage. Like, what I would do is I would just siege with the musketeers here, not the cannons. Because there goes like 5 seconds of your 40 seconds. And you just kind of want to move them forward. And it looks as though you just decided to go pure longbows, and those aren't Jans.
Mm-hmm.
But throwing them into melee. If you can get down, I would go for the barracks first, because again, you want to stop the veterancy upgrades coming in. So if we see Ezad's perspective, he's getting vets right now. So I don't know if he got longbows. He maybe got longbows first.
Comes his 2 Falcons.
2 Falcons coming in. Yep, vet longbow already in.
Boom.
And he might keep. Okay, so no vet musketeers coming in. Kai's going to try to take out those Falcons with his musketeers, pulls them back. There's a raid going on in Kai's base. Where did the rods go?
There are rods?
There they are.
Right there.
It's like, Rods, that's your job. So the rods will chase the Huss away.
Didn't feel like he did a whole lot of damage. He killed 2 buildings, lost a few units.
Yeah, there wasn't much eco damage done. At this point, it gets tricky, but Ezad's just going to age, it looks like. Looks like he'll just go industrial behind this. Meanwhile, just running around.
Right to age 4.
So, Spanish gold coming in. That's kind of what I would do. Go Spanish gold, drop an artillery foundry. Looks like he's dropping an artillery foundry right there.
Yeah.
Gonna get some Colves.
Although Cesar is just running around. He's got his whole army coming back. Doesn't look like Kaister's planning on aging right now.
No, he has no eco to age.
Ezad's in a pretty strong position. Look at the villager difference.
Yeah, Ezad's thinking about aging, but he's still making units just in case.
Yeah.
But I think he'll age after this batch is done. Again, they were at like 33 villagers at the same time. And I mean, yeah, Ezad's probably made a couple of extra manor houses, which give him an extra vill, but he hasn't made 16. So it's just been Ezad constantly running in, doing some raids, and Kaiser's been missing a couple vills, and that's why.
There's that age up. The engineer.
So
His
that's
boat's
the
I
two
guess got a house.
yeah, the boat got a house. I'm actually surprised that Ezad didn't go water at all.
Whales are juicy, but no, they're not gonna do anything on water pretty much. Can that boat sail into here? Is it like right there?
No, it about where that explorer. You see where the dead explorer is?
Yeah.
He should be
Where is
somewhere
that thing?
to the right. There he
Oh, it's right
is.
there.
That's as far as he could sail in. So it's kind of like what was that map? Indochina.
Yeah, that's what it was reminding me of.
So you could put a flag in that pond there, like where the longbows are walking. You can put a flag there and
Yeah, right here.
yep, in that section, and you could drop a boat there.
Okay, so Ezad's aging up. Kaister just looks like he's gonna be
Gonna
investing in his falconets.
he's gonna seven falk his ass.
And it's not 7 falcons, it's 5 falcons.
So I mean, Kaister's making 3 falcons. Ezad's gonna get 2 falcons from the age up. Lady Ezad sees the
There
whole
she
army and
is.
runs away.
He knows where the army is.
And Ezad's making coals behind this.
So Kaiser's gonna be hitting in basically as Ezad's hitting age 4. Before I guess he gets his upgrades. A significant number of skirmishers there in the composition as well. Not a whole lot of longbows. There's the 2 falconets plus the 2 culverins. So I mean, it's still a very notable army even without the upgrades. I'm sure he might queue these up. What's he
Oh, he
upgrading there?
is?
Is that the falcons?
Oh, no. Oh, it is field guns.
Yeah.
So he'll have 4 field guns versus 5 falconets, but he also has 2 culves. And it looks as though this is smash
Here we
time.
go.
So we got 2 culves on the side. They get 1 shot off. The falcons are right next to each other, so they might get a second one and get 2 for 1.
Where's his calls? Did he not have calls in this Vita?
Kaiser does not have culves.
Oh, man. That's an expensive decision.
And these field guns are just having field days in the back. All the musketeers have essentially been cleaned up. The falconets, there's only 1 falconet left.
GG, WB all.
DG, well played all. So, yeah, that's it, right? I mean, you can see they were even on bills, but then once Keister got to like age 3, he doesn't really go up in bills anymore because Ezad does a great job of just harassing that bill count. So it's 2-1 Ezad now. So let's go ahead and update that. And then game 3. I think it's Italy versus China. So we'll get game 3 going here in just a second, guys. Alright, guys. LG. Well, maybe. The way Kaiser's playing, I'm calling LG. Unless they're like in an hour-long game, because they haven't sent me a rec in a while, so no spoilers, hopefully. Wrong one. No. Switch perspectives. Do the home city thing. Get out of there. Now I can do more info. So we have Ezad versus Kaister. Game 3. Italy versus China. Dude, whose settings are these? Sorry, have to do one last thing, then the game can be up and running. There we go. Alright, so we have market start. Usual stuff going on. I think China's build is going to be more interesting. Because Kaister is going to be looking. Did you find a gold treasure? Kind of want to look for a gold treasure if you can. I don't think so. So he's looking for a gold treasure. If he doesn't find a gold treasure, wood treasures are fine. But you want to get 50 coins so that you can get hunting dogs. After you get hunting dogs, you get all the other tier 1s. I didn't expect him to do any different kind of build in age 1. He also wants to finish this as soon as he can. But he has a little bit of time. He also got a wood treasure, so again, he can finish this pretty much any time at this point and be all good to go. On the other side of things, we do have, let's see, 1 cow went to Kaister, second cow is right there. Ezad has gotten 2, 3 of them. It's always nice to get livestock as China, because they get to fatten at the village. And Ezad is going up with Northern Refugees first. So, and he does have T export in deck as well. Probably CT export. So, this is really not a tested matchup, in my opinion. I've never really played this matchup. For me, I would play China super aggressive because Italy's kind of slow. One of the things that Italy does have at their disposal is Broken Lance, though. Broken Lance is a really strong card that Italy can send in Age 2. Kind of beats everything that China has in Age 2. It's just that China has a lot of stuff so that they can... That's the only way that they can really deal with any army, but if you have enough musketeers behind, Muscuss is really strong against China. So, capitalism, place our mines, all your typical things is Italy. Standard Age 1. Over here, we have a standard Age 1 from Ezad as well. He will get T export as his next card. So, doing Northern Refugees first and then T export makes you age a little bit faster. But if you do T export first, you get more export. So, you can send Northern Refugees a little bit faster as well because you get 50 XP for building the consulate. I prefer to go T export first, but I also like to play Age 2. And then from there, like, you can play complete Age 2, or you can kind of hold off. Ezad deciding he just wants to age as soon as possible. So, eating a goat, gonna drop down his age up, and then get a villain Q as soon as he can. So, 318. So, he'll be up around 430, which is like 20 or 30 seconds faster than your usual age up if you go consulate first. And also it'd be interesting to see what he does with this. If he just stays in base, builds the blockhouse in base, that's perfectly fine. I, for one, I prefer to do it mid-map and go aggressive with H2 shipments. Also, it'd be interesting in transition what he does. It's kind of telling as what he does in transition kind of tells you for what his playstyle is going to be. He does have a few on wood and a few on coin. So I'm guessing he's just going to drop maybe a market, get hunting eagles, and call it there. And then just do 700 coin, 700 wood. And Kai's macro, so he got the TP. He's going to start building Lombards. I'm assuming, so he already has got his village, or his house. He doesn't have amalgamation yet. Doesn't look like he's going to go for amalgamation. We'll probably just drop the Rex down as soon as he ages. Throw 300 food in the Lombard. Could even complete the Lombard. This is a nice little thing that I saw Breeze do, is that he completed the Lombard so that he could throw the food in, so that he could start getting the trickle of food in coin. That could be pretty beneficial. Then picking up, have one bill in queue, pick up the coin, and then go architect. That could be a cool adaptation that people do. So we have a Rex going down. It's Diaper Basin, so you have the TP up here. If he's going to build the racks, he has something that he can do with his musketeers, so he could go and burn down this TP, because Ezad's going for an FF. And then he's not. So, what has Kaister seen? He did see the consulate, but he doesn't see the mid-map racks. So because this is in base, I mean, I could see Kaister going out, burning down this TP, and not knowing that this army is being built. So 700 wood first, building up villages, then 7 Keshiks, or 7 Step Riders. So this is going to be like a all-in. Or not so much an all-in, but just there's going to be quite a bit of H2 fighting. These musketeers will not be uncontested. So he did see the blockhouse. He should have seen those units right there. And also, if you see this many vills on coin, you know it's H2. So he knows it's H2. He's like, oh shoot, we're gonna hide. So H2 coming out. Ezad switching to the German allies. So what this does is this will help him produce units. He should also drop down a second Rax at this point. And then he needs just a few more on wood so that he can continue to build villages. Ah, there's the village. Perfect. So he has a village up here. This is what you want to do with China, is you want to secure hunts and gold mines with your village. So hunt, gold mine. Hunt, gold mine. Everywhere there's a village, like right here's another great spot. Hunt, gold mine. Meanwhile, just being very active. What's great with these step riders is you can go burn down this TP. And I think that might be the last batch that he's going to build. So he's forced some units out of Italy. Not going to build. Okay, so he's going to go another standard army. But sending in this 700 coin means that he can age. So you can probably eat these cows, pick up the coin, and then age behind this. And Kaister, on the other hand, just making musketeers at the moment. Getting close to aging himself. Going 7 Pavasiers. They'll do okay. I really think Ezad's being a little too cautious with this army. I think he could definitely go burn down this TP and have no way of Kai punishing it. And Kai's going for an age up here. So, age up about to start. The problem with going Pavasiers here is that he doesn't have the... Okay, so he cancels it, he goes Advanced Politicians. Perfectly fine with this. And Ezad's just gonna age behind this. Does Ezad have... Yes. So if you're gonna do some sort of pressure like this with the Mongolian army, it's so good to have this card in there. Because one, it'll upgrade your entire composition essentially. And then two, it also sends you 16 units. So Ezad hasn't done too much with this army, but again, he's kind of secured a decent eco. His eco is just as good, if not better, than Kai's. And he's able to have units and pick up a windmill. He could also take down this trading post, but this army is going to go into H3 and it'll be upgraded, so it's perfectly fine. So there we go. Kaiser's H3. Okay. Gotta be a little, I was a little scared that Ezad scouted the trading post, but he didn't. So he's going to build this. Again, gold mine, hunt. Anywhere that you can... Oh. So he doesn't see the rest of the army, so he's a little scared, so he builds it back here. Because again, if he runs into these step riders over here, this is just gone. Could have also built it here. And so we have 2 Falcons and Musketeers coming in. Another great shipment for Kaiser would be Papal Lancers. China struggles against cavalry. Nope. A nice little pickup there. Just getting a few units. I'm guessing 5 meteors will be the first. Oh no. Yep. So he is sending Step Riders and Keshiks. And then getting the trickles from the consulate. I think so far he just has the wood one. You can't have both of them at this point in time. So he gets the wood trickle, so that's like 3 vills. Porcelain towers like 8 vills. And then here's another 4 vills. So what is that? 47? So 47 eco to 34. Architects probably count as like 2 vills. So we just got more Keshiks, more Step Riders, and 1,000 coins coming in. So FI coming the way. Also upgrading Chu canoes. So he has 12 of them. It's not bad. These upgrades are cheap. They're 100 wood, 50 coin. So they're half price. And Ezad just gonna burn down the Basilica. Might lose a couple of units while doing it. There's a lot of moving parts right now. And yeah, the Basilica's gonna go down. It would be great if... Yeah, I mean it's... Because what you would want is you would want to send Papal Lancers like right now. so that they show up when the Egypt comes in. Because again, I know there are some Keshiks here, but 3 Papal Lancers versus this army, like you just got to kill the Keshiks and then nothing is killing those Papal Lancers. So more Musketeers coming in. I guess maybe Bombards? Papal Bombards is what Kai could go for. On the side of Ezad, he's going 5 Meteors. Also from the blockhouse, he can train a couple hand mortars just to kind of break down this position. Got an outpost going down, more houses being built. Meteors going to raid the gold mine. Another nice village from Ezad. And then these hand mortars are just going to walk across the map. Walk across, start sieging down, take out a couple of these buildings. Also, they're culverins, so they can deal with falconets as well. And the first card coming in will be the Bourbon Allies. Nice little wall here so that his villagers can get in. That Step Rider caught a cannonball. And I think 3 or 4 villagers went down over here. Goon and Basagliari time. So this is completely standard army. 32 canoes. I don't know about this one. I think the 20% HP could be another option. I mean, repelling volley, yes, it's gonna do great versus musketeers, and actually it's gonna work perfectly because here's more musketeers, and everything that Kai has is a musketeer essentially, except for maybe like a handful of Basagliaries in here. So, and then he has 12 Basagliaries following this up, 2 Papal Lancers, Dragoons working on Meteor Hammers. And I mean, this is where Italy wants to be. We do have a good amount of hand mortars here. They will deal with the falconets. It's just got 17 Basagliaries. So we got 1. Oh, the old runaround. Flip him around, put him in melee. Nice. So far, this is looking really good for Ezad. He got both of the falconets. He's picking off a lot of the musketeers. Hand mortars being annoying, causing some damage. These 2 Papal Bombards, if they shoot, oh, big volley from the Papal Bombards. They can get another shot off. Do they get another shot off? No. Okay. So at this point, things are looking pretty good for Kaister. He has dwindled down a lot of the Chukanu. We do have some Chukanu still kind of making their way across the map, but there's still quite a few of these Royal Musketeers. And overall, it's... China has more units, but the skirmishers are better. The anti-cav, there's enough anti-cav there. And it would just come down to if Kai can get another shipment to come through. What he really needs is he needs those Papal Lancers. He just needs to blow. I mean, he just needs to shoot. There we go. If he could throw these into melee, they would clean all the rest of these units. I mean, the Explorer's doing a great job tanking. Got some more goons coming in. He just needs his Royal Guards just need to be in melee. Alright, so we lost one of the cannons at this point. Second cannon's going down. But almost the entire army's gone. So at this point, all Ezad has really left is hand mortars. If he could make a basilica, that's what he needs to finish off his composition. Has some more, having some units in queue. I think he could send the Genoese financing, or the Florentine financiers. Dropping the basilica now. This is looking good. So, looking good for Italy. Just needs to keep abusing his range and speed. These only have 16 range. We've got 20 range over here, and they are faster, so that is kind of preferable. So China has gone for a second TC. A couple villagers ahead. So his eco's a good bit better. I don't know where Ezad's at with... So he's done with the German consulate, but I don't know if he's gotten the other two techs in there or not. It doesn't show. I don't know if there's a place where you can see. So I don't know if he has both the trickles in there as well. I would assume he does. I want to say 100% he does because I do not see any Doppel soldiers on the map. So he has spent more export on the German cons. So he has all three of the trickles. Then he's going to switch over to British cons. This point, throwing down TCs, more fun. He also does secure this gold mine, which is huge. Basilica has gone up, Papal Lancer time, and Florentine financiers has come through. So we do have Papal Lancers coming through. Kai's also going to pick up his mill. And just needs to start refinancing some of that wood and get a decent a skirmisher mass out. If he can get Skirm Goon, his Skirm Goon comp is so much better. Ah. Is Ezad creating anything from here? No. Does he have the other one? No. So, getting the other mill on the other side, it's essentially having a trickle of one vill. Doing a little poking. He needs to pull back these villagers. So we have the PayPal Lancers have arrived. Again, he doesn't have to commit here. He can just poke this out. But he needs to keep kiting back if he wants to poke this out. I really think you should. He has the superior units at poking. These PayPal Lancers have tanked for so long. So essentially almost all of the cav for China has been wiped out already. But the problem is this is Kai's only source of food. So if he could just keep kiting back, I think he's good. He does have the factory coming in right now. Just about all of these units should be dealt with here. But it's just the unit control is not there. I'm gonna go build that factory, but all of the other units are on top of his units, and it's gonna be a clean for China. Redcoat's just defending that top gold mine. Yeah. Kaister's dying wish is bash the shit out of Breeze, so. I'm guessing that would be who Ezad plays. So it was looking so good. I think he was fine. Just one of the things, burning down the Basilica was big, because then he couldn't send Papal Lancers, and then just the fight here, I think he could have thrown his Musketeers in melee. So, well played to Ezad. That'll be a 3-0 for Ezad. Oh, I didn't update the score. So it is 3-0. Yep. So that's a 3-0 for Ezad, and that concludes all of the series today. If you take a look at the post game, Ezad is quite ahead in eco. Just putting on pressure early, always making vills, plus all of his different like once he hit age 4 with the military gap, he just put on pressure, and you can kind of see in the eco graph that Kai isn't continuing to be on the map and be able to produce like China is. So by having the map, he's able to continue to pump out units. Even though he takes a really good fight, it's still China's eco is just a little bit too far ahead. What I think could have been done differently here, again, Ezad kind of hit his hand by building the blockhouse in base and then kind of pushing out a little bit later. And so I think there is just a little bit of confusion on what exactly to do from Kaister's side. I want to say in this matchup, it's quite interesting. Like, I would play it sort of aggressive, kind of like Ezad did, because Italy doesn't really have anything early. But then also you can do like Broken Lance and 7 Pavasir with Musketeers, and that could do pretty well. It's pretty tough. Anyway, GG's, well played. We watched Series 1 from Kaister versus Kevin, where Kaister won 3-1, and then tuning back in. So, bit of a unfortunate day for Kaister. Let us look at where everything stands in the bracket side of things then. So, let's get rid of a couple things. That can stay. Where's the other? There we go. So let's refresh. And this is how everything panned out. So Breeze 3-0'd Sambi. And then went on to beat Absolute Utopia, so Breeze is in. He will play, I think, Ezad. And then, so Absolute Utopia beat Conqueror, then Conqueror beat Sambi, and then I believe Absolute Utopia won. Not 100% sure, but I believe Absolute Utopia won. So